Namaste. Hi. I am so wanting just to share things with you. This is an old photograph. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's an old photograph of me in a TV with an old kind of, say, camera. And a very dear friend of mine in the 90s had painted this as a book cover. And it's a very interesting story about behind the scenes in the film industry. And just think decades later, it's like 30 years later, here I am. And ironically, there's a broken piece of the TV screen at the mind's eye. And today, I have had to record, I don't know how many times this, um, changing of cameras, sound. So just so you know, when I put out something into the universe, it is of the fluidity, and I don't get upset when things don't go my way. I just think, well, how can I kind of reassess and kind of like claim myself? And just for this piece of the 45-minute practice is this: look how far you've come. Look how far you've come. You once were there, you're here now. You've joined me on the mat. So let's practice in the setting of you are enough. And with such gratitude for where you have come from to the place of being here now. Looking into the mind's eye and seeing what is truly authentic to you. So let's get comfortable. Make sure you have a yoga strap, 2 blocks, of course, your attitude, no matter where it is right now. Perhaps at the end of this practice, your attitude will be that of like, yeah, Shazam. So I like to sit on my bolster and I have my blanket for the end of the practice. And I don't know where this really is going to go because as you, those who have known me for a while, I authentically just go with the fluidity. And considering the fact that I just recorded this whole 45-minute practice and there was no sound. So it's like, ah! No. The practice of yoga, as you know it, will help you to ground yourself, as I've learned. So getting started in your practice, I'm inviting you to wear whatever attitude you have. What's your attitude? Where is your frame of mind? For me, I saw that painting and I'm like thinking, how far have I come? So when I was checking the recording and there's no sound and how I just configured the cameras, I was like thinking, I learned something. I actually learned something in that mistake, and it is of great value for my future. So it was worth the 45 minutes, I think. So take a look at yourself right now. Why are you here on the mat with me right now? Have you had one of those days? Have you had one of those weeks, those months, those years, that life, where now you're joining me on this mat today because you know, I'm going to say this, you are the creator. You are the decider and you're the leader of your own free will, of your own creations, of your own decisions, of your own way of expressing, of your shape, your form, your love. You are it. You're the point the universe is making. Are you ready to love yourself? The self-love, the self-care, that's what this is all about. So let's get started. So I'm inviting you to close your eyes because that's where everything is. It's all inside of you. It's right there. Palms can be relaxed in any way that you want them to be, but yeah, close those eyes. And I invite you to feel what you're feeling. Like, what are you feeling? What's that? Because feeling is a physical thing. Let's see, cranky shoulders, lower back, you know. And then I invite you to notice the emotion. The emotion comes before the feeling, actually, but what is the emotion of your being today? Me, I'm kind of feeling kind of comical because so many things have happened that would otherwise throw me off my center, but yet I laughed, I must have giggled all day today. Oh, because what else? You know, nothing really truly was not what I expected today. So I'm open for yet. What is my lesson? A sense of humor? So check in with yourself. Where are you right now? And there's no right or wrong, no right or wrong. But I invite you to feel your breath. I invite you to feel the textures, the sensations of your breath. Yeah, yeah. Feel that. So any seat that you're in, just be it, feel it. And then start to roll your shoulders and wiggle your jaw and dance your arms and reach and stretch and yawn and gratitude for your being, for your existence, for your life, for you. How far have you come? Look how far you've come. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself a word, a phrase of appreciation, of gratitude, and say, yes, I'm pretty awesome. I'm awesome. I'm the point the universe is making, and I love myself, and I thank you, universe, for your creation. I thank you, and I take this gift, and for the greater good with my free will, I shall be the intrepid voyager into the unknown with faith and an attitude that says yes to love. Let us now bring our hands together in prayer right at the heart center, and let us truly ignite our hearts with self-love, self-care. Let's chant one beautiful big old Om of consciousness, of love. And you don't have to be a singer to chant it. I know, God knows I'm not, but I'm okay with that. One big beautiful Om. Deep breath in. Oh, thank you, universe, for my reminders, for the fluidity, for the grace, for the constant light. For you are never absent, you are always present, and I am forever grateful. Slowly, when you're ready, if you haven't already, blink your eyes open and welcome to this practice. And those who have practiced with me, you know I'm authentic, I'm fluid, and whatever flows through me happens. If you're new, welcome. Make sure you have your props, blocks, bolster, blanket, attitude. Okay, so let's stretch out those legs. Oh, my favorite part, stretching out the legs. You can tell I love yoga. Scratch your nose, move your clothes around. When you stretch out your legs, some of you may need to bend your knees and external rotation to forward fold. Flexion can be really challenging for those with tight hamstrings and lower back, so you do that. Those that can straighten their legs and move forward, please do, be my guest. Those that need a bend in the knees, do that. Forward folding is introspection, and after that, practice just before this one that didn't work, but yet I learned something. I learned that, be me, celebrate. There is, in divine timing, everything that is yours will come to you. So in your forward fold, I invite everyone to go, let your head go wherever it is. If you're seated with your legs wide apart and your flexion is limited yet, you can still let your head hang. You can waddle in your hips. I love the waddling, meaning rocking from hip to hip. That really stimulates the quadratus lumborum, the erector spinae. So whatever that forward fold is for you, enjoy it with a smile. Breathe your breath. Undulate your flow of breath. Dance it. 4 more breaths here, wherever you may be. Audible is great. Feel. So yoga is about feeling. So I invite you to feel. Feel it. Good. On your next in and out breath, start to navigate yourself upwardly. And then let's just take our legs and move them back behind us into a tabletop. And in that tabletop, let's sit back on the toes. So your toes are curled under, dorsiflexion, and open up through the left side. So as you sit back on your toes with your right hand as wide as you might, just open up. Just open it up. Say yes. And then to the other side, just go, oh, there it is. That's it, just like that. And then slowly come into your tabletop And then let's reassess the knees and the toes and the hands as wide as your yoga mat. And start to just kind of stir that body around as you wish into your cat-cow. And this cat-cow, keep your elbows straight and waddle. I'm using the word waddle. I don't know why waddle. Sway is the word I'm looking for. Sway your hips. Sway your hips. Move your spine. Your spine is so beautiful. It's got a kyphotic and a lower dodic curve to it. The primary curve when we're born is that kyphotic curve. This one rounded here like that. And when we became curious, we started to look around and say, what is this world? We formed our secondary curves, which are the lower dodic curves. And you'll find them in the neck and, of course, the lower back. So those are the two intersections that most of us get really stuck in because we lost the feeling of being the intrepid voyager, of the curious one. So I'm inviting you to really rock out that lower back and your neck. So feel it in there. Move it around. There's so many herniated subluxations going on through the lower dodic curve in the neck due to the fact that most human beings have forgot what they forgot, and that pure love, consciousness is in all of us. We are it. You are the consciousness. And most often we've forgotten to love ourselves, and that's why this is all about self-love right now. From here, let's slowly just navigate our knees up off the floor and then lift our hips into the sky, downward dog. A down dog a day keeps the doctors away. I'm going to dance my feet as wide as my yoga mat, bend my knees. So my yoga mat's pretty large, as you can see, but yet as wide as your yoga mat. Bend your knees and start to open up that left arm, and you can sit back towards your heels if that feels good, if you're not feeling comfortable in your shoulder flexion. Switch sides, feel that dance. Oh, yawn your body. Remember the shapes that you want to make are for you. I may navigate you into this, downward dog, but it's up to you to do what you need to do. And then slowly walk your feet back together at hip distance apart. Inhale to your plank pose. Reassess your feet and your hands. Feel that. Lift your inner thighs up, back and apart. Extend through the crown of the head. Oh, that feels so lovely. Strong body for 10, 9. You can dance around. 8. Feel the breath. 7, 6. If you need to lower a knee or 2, that's fine. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog it. Knit that belly button in. Blossom your bum. And then once again, inhale into your plank pose. This time, release the right knee to the mat. Extend that right toes off the mat so you're pivoting on your knee. Use a blanket for your knee. Open up through that left arm. Wheel that left arm around. Start to pick up that left leg. Dance it around. Open up. Feel it. Let's bend and extend the left elbow and the left knee or ankle towards each other at your own pace. Just give yourself that ah. Make sure your right arm's externally rotated. Just give yourself a dance here. Nice. And then eventually release that left hand, left knee, a little cat-cow, shazam it. And then pivoting on your left knee, left toes off the mat, and extend it through your right arm, right leg. Ah, dance. So this is my second time around, and it's completely a different practice now. And I was like, oh, that was such a good practice, and no one will ever see it. Let's bend the elbow in towards the knee and playfully open up. Like you're saying, yeah, Shazam. That's my word, Shazam. And then finally joining that right hand to meet the floor and the right knee to meet the floor, a little cat-cow once again. Checking in with that. And then sit back onto your toes, rise up onto your knees, plantar flex your feet, open up your knees, lengthen your tailbone downward. Open up that heart of yours, knit the belly button in, lengthen the tailbone, lean back, feel the quads. Everything's like, yeah, it's hammer time. So you're kind to yourself. You're literally keeping your lower dodic, neck and cervical is neck, I mean in lumbar, they're totally toned and neutral as you lean back. And do that a couple times. The reason for this particular posture or shape or movement is to strengthen the quads, the lower back. You've got it. The legs. Good. And then eventually let your bum come down onto your heels. Bring your feet, knees, hip distance apart, and your hands as wide as your mat. And then from there, let's do a little cat-cow once again. Really feeling that energy. So remember, this is about recovery. We're slowing down, but yet being so mindful of what we're feeling in this practice. Good, and then come up onto your left fingertips as you release that and extend out through the left leg And then open up that left leg and dance it around. So you're up on your left fingertips in your tabletop. You're just opening up, giving yourself some space to play with that left leg. Swirl it around in any direction that you feel you want to. Move it around in. It's all about you. It's all about you. And then release that left knee, release the left hand, root them down, come up onto your right fingertips and do the same thing through the right leg. So you're lifting it up and then you're bending and extending. You're playful. And who doesn't need to be more playful in their life? So I've heard so many of you out there have hip and shoulder, injuries, replacements, and surgery. So be kind to yourself, meet your needs, do what you can do, and then let's release that right knee and that right hand. A little cat-cow once again. Stir it around any way that you want to. And then let's still that. And then once again, secure your downward, or your down dog, your tabletop. Knit the belly button in, extend the left leg straight back. And then cross the left leg all the way over towards the right and squeeze those inner thighs in towards each other. Resist the floor with your hands and hover that right knee up off the floor, and then send your heart towards your thighs. You can keep your knees bent, keep your heels high, let your head hang. Maybe flexion isn't working for you and your shoulders come forward then. Feel the hips lifting. This inversion is, yes, an inversion. It's a handstand prep, so breathe your breath. Those that are moving your chest towards your thighs, make sure your elbow creases are still facing your thumbs and index fingers so you're not hypermobile in those shoulders. You've got it. Good job. Then slowly bring your shoulders back over your wrists. Slowly release the right knee to the mat. Keep your feet and knee where it is, and then open up through that right shoulder. Even take your right hand to your sacrum and lengthen the tailbone down and knit your belly button in. And I don't have the bird's eye view on right now. I hope you're okay with that. I'm just experimenting. Oh, lengthen tailbone. Feel that. Oh, yeah. Good. Release that right hand. Extend the left leg all the way back. But bend the left knee up and out and then play with it again. You've got it. And just noticing how that feels. Good. Just stretch it out. Get into your energy. Then land that left knee. Plant your flex your feet. Come off your wrist. Give them a little rotation. A little wild arms out there. Do what you feel like you want to do because we're going to go to the other side. Hands come down onto the mat. So really choosing to love yourself in the abundance that your being as is perfect, and you are meant to be exactly where you are. Feel that, okay? So from here, a little kitty cat cow, feeling the lumbar spine, the lower dotted curve, just enjoying all of that. Good, and then we're gonna pivot on the left knee, taking the left toes off the mat and extending out through that right arm, right leg, and go, yep. There it is, bending and extending it, noticing what you notice. Oh, did I do it a little differently? I did too, didn't I? So release the right leg, bending and extending. Oh, I totally forgot what I was doing. Oh, God. Is this the kind of day I'm having? It is. I hope you can concur. So whatever that was, I totally forgot, but that's okay. So let's play. Okay, cat cow. And some of you that are already knowing what we did on the other side, just do that because I'm pretty sure it was a right leg straight back, lifting the right leg up, pivoting. I don't know, I can't remember. Oh my gosh, I can't remember at all. Yeah. So, just so you know, I'm going to use this as a take for life. I'm going to tell you a story. And the story behind the actual video, painting picture of this, of a beautiful artist. And I never knew that I'd be that person in film, that person on camera, because I was once born the most shy person. Wouldn't speak until probably pretty much college. I know. How did I make it? I don't know. But I knew that I had a voice and I wanted to say something, and it always has been about the yoga practice. So if I could give you anything in this life and day and age, is that I am authentic, I'm real, I celebrate life each day, I will give you the space to be you, I give myself space to be me, and I only hope for the greater good of all of us. And this mindful movement and this breath practice are absolutely the gift that we can all celebrate. So I invite you to teresagagno.com, and not the bleeper bloopers, but absolutely join me on the mat for a wonderful practice in the sunlight of my studio, loving life and just being real. So I hope to see you at teresagagno.com. And this outtake is just for fun. Enjoy your life. See how far you've come. Love yourself. Look inside. All the answers you need are inside of you. From my light to your light. Namaste. Blooper number, whatever, and take 3. Oh, Teresa.